So first of all, congratulations, you two. This is very,
Thank
very
you
exciting.
We're so excited,
Thank
yes.
you.
Let's see the ring first. Should we start
you
there,
go.
y'all? I mean, come on now.
I know.
You did
Isn't
good,
it
Chock.
beautiful?
Oh.
Thank you.
And one time for the dress you were wearing when you proposed to her, because did she not look beautiful?
Oh, absolutely stunning.
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 Joan, will you marry me?
Of course I'll marry you. Oh my God.
I love you so much.
Joan, you mentioned you hope this inspires people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, but I gotta tell you, it's even inspiring this young guy in his 30s. You know, I was watching you guys and I told you I cried.
Oh.
Because it's just amazing to see the journey, you know, and how lucky are you to have two great loves in your life, you know?
Chock, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So will you accept this final rose?
Absolutely, and with all my love.
Joan, this is the first time you said I love you since John. What does it mean to open up your heart again, but to Chock?
Yeah, it seemed so natural, and I wasn't positive I would get to that place in this journey. You know, you come into this a little skeptical. It's hard to meet somebody when you're this age now. The pool of people is much smaller. People have been through, you know, they have big lives, and it's hard to disrupt them, to, you know, open yourself up to fall in love. It's scary.
It is.
And a lot of people choose not to open themselves up.
Right.
They say, my life is good enough. Why is the risk going to be worth the reward of like maybe being heartbroken? So a lot of people don't do it. So, you know, I wasn't necessarily sure I was going to be able to fall in love, or I'd find somebody that was like in the right place. So when I finally got to the end, and I was feeling it before I said it to him, but I wanted to really save it for like that really special moment,
Of course.
where like this is the end of our journey, like in front of everyone. And I wanted to say it at that perfect time, and so I held off, but it was really hard.
If I may, I tried for 3 weeks to get her to tell me
Yeah.
something.
I know
I
you
was
did.
trying everything, looking in her eyes.
I know you clocked
You know,
it.
just doing everything.
Wink, give me 2 winks if you love me. Was it worth the
Pull
wait?
your ear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it happened that way, but trust me, I tried.
Exactly.
was
I know
like-
you did.
Yes.
I could see the relief in your face too when she finally
He's like-
said it, you know? In fact, I think you couldn't wait to kiss her in that moment too. right?
Well, from the day I met her, I
Well, of
couldn't wait to
course.
kiss her.
John and Kathy, I know they're looking down on us and wishing us the best because they know we love each other, and they would have wanted this exact same thing to happen.
This is better than any dream I could possibly have.
Chock, what would you say, what would Kathy think of all this, about you two finding your way to each other?
Both Kathy and John had, you know, it's never long enough, but they had diseases that took their life over a period of time. So it wasn't a surprise. People go through that. But I had the opportunity to talk to Kathy, and she told me to go on with my life. And she said, I want you to be happy. John, I don't want to speak for Joan, but John had said the same thing to Joan, and it really helped us. It did. We had that gift from them, and we believed them too. And they wanted the best for both of us.
course.
Absolutely.
Well, also, I think it helps having that blessing from your family and your children as well, right? And Joan, I know you said your biggest fear was your kids seeing you with another person, but what has been the reaction from your family and from the children since you two have gotten engaged?
I think that both of our families are they wanted us to be happy, and they wanted us to find somebody, even though it's hard for them. You know, they were willing to like give themselves and give us peace by, you know, making sure that we knew that they were happy for us. So I think now, like, they're kind of having fun being with each other. We have kids that are a
Absolutely.
lot the same age, and they're all like bonding. And
I was gonna ask how the
they're-
blending's going.
Yeah, we had a party last night. Chock threw us a party.
Oh, nice.
And they were all there. Well, some of my kids were there, and both of his kids were there, and they hung out together the whole time. I said, you know, and his daughter even calls me stepmom now.
Yeah, the little keychain, yeah. Joan, this gift is a symbol of my commitment to you, and I would love for us to take place in New York City. And I want us to do it together, and to pick it out and to make all the decisions together. It is going to be.
I literally can't believe this. Like, this is crazy. Thank you.
Joan, you're in Maryland. Chock, you're in Kansas. Chock, you gave Joan a keychain with a New York City promise. So what does that mean? Are we moving to New York? Is that where we're gonna have home base for you two? Where are we living?
Well, the story is we had talked, and as a business guy, every business guy's wanted to be in New York at one point in their life.
Sure.
And Joan goes, I just love it there. I love the fashion, people, dinners, the social.
The
of it."
energy.
And I was sitting there because, you know, you usually present a gift.
Right.
And I was thinking, what could I do? And I thought, we're going to get a place in New York. I'm going to still stay in Kansas, run my business, go to Maryland to see Joan, and then New York. And it's going to work very well. It is. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's an easy trip from Maryland.
You're
It's
right.
a 3-hour train ride, and we go there all the time, like family and I do. We've been going there for years. So like the fact that we kind of have like a unique thing that's just kind of us. We have our families in both places where we'll be with family and friends, but then when we go there, it's just gonna be us.
And we actually leave tomorrow night on the Red Eye.
Do you really?
Yeah.
We'll be in New York City this weekend. We've got dinners planned for 4 days. We've
Oh,
got
they're
yeah.
not
And we're
wasting
meeting
any time.
No.
and meeting with a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You both mentioned that something you were looking for in a partner is someone to go on more adventures with. I mean, it doesn't get more adventurous than that,
Yeah.
right? Maryland, Kansas, New York. If I may, Joan, let's talk about Guy for a second.
I'm here to tell you that my heart belongs to somebody else. And instead of putting you through meeting my family and showing up, on the last day, I wanted to spare you all of that because I care so much about you. I'm so sorry. I did not want to hurt you. I swear I didn't. This is the last thing I wanted. I am so sorry.
What was it like for you watching back that emotional moment when you kind of decided that, I'm going to go forward with Chock?
Yeah, no, I remember that moment like really very distinctly because it was probably the hardest thing I had to do on the show.
Yeah.
Because I never wanted to bring somebody that far along in the journey to hurt them. And that was the last thing I wanted. He is such a kind man and a caregiver. And, the fact that he fell in love with me, like I am so flattered that somebody of that quality would, fall in love with me. And I did not ever, ever, ever want to hurt him. And it was really difficult going there and talking to him, but I wanted to ease the pain as much as I could and not take him farther along in the journey, which would have been meeting my family. And that would have been really hard. And I certainly didn't want him to stand on a beach like with a ring in his pocket. I just wanted to, make this painful moment as least painful as it could possibly be.
It says a lot about you and your character.
Yes.
It really, really does. Joan, you said you saw a future with Chock during that first date at Disneyland. What was it that made you kind of swoon and also made you so sure?
I'll remember this moment, even though I've seen it on TV. I remember it personally anyway when I came in on like that train and he's standing there and I'm like, this is gonna be great. I'm like, he is so handsome. And from the second I got off that train, it was the report and that, you're a little nervous. You don't know how things are gonna go and this is gonna be a long day and I'm gonna be with this guy. I hope it's gonna be good. From the second I got off the train, we started talking and we never stopped. To the point where it was almost like we weren't really enjoying the Disneyland experience, which we absolutely were, but we were so interested in like getting to know each other, and it has never stopped. Like that connection that we have, we never have a silent moment when we're together.
Now, Gary and Teresa, of course, had a golden wedding. Is that something you two are interested in?
So, I mean, I've given a lot of thought to that.
You have.
Because I kind of love like a more intimate wedding that like it's just about our love and our families and our friends. But I also feel like all the people that invested in watching the journey for us, for the last 8 weeks, like kind of deserve to see like the second chapter. So this was like chapter 1 ends, but chapter 2 is when we actually get married. And I kind of would be open to sharing that part of the journey because I kind of feel like people deserve it.